All right, traders, Brian here with Weekend Update. It's 6/16/2024, and this is what's new and where we're going to be focused on for the 17th through the 21st of June, 2024. Let's get right into it. All right, Weekend Update number 8, new posts and tweaks. I forgot to turn my laser pointer on, but that's okay. All right, so I've been working all weekend and Friday evening and night on the shift in focus for the statistical studies. So the statistical template, that's what I meant to put there, for the higher time frame John Wick's is almost complete. It takes me a while to build those templates out, so that's still in work. But I've got enough built out right now to kind of help shape next week. So the setups I'm keyed in on for next week is because of the new statistical studies, and it's going to be focused on the John Wick higher time frame setup. It's the main effort for next week. And on the entry chart, that looks like the B4 jiggle, and I'll be trying to semi-automate that with markers as much as possible. Less focus will be on the top and bottom strategy with manual entries. All right, again, my areas to improve is lashing in better the higher time frame setups with the entry charts, and also to do a better job migrating over to semi-automated entries with this particular setup. All right, here's the current template list that I have out here, just easy to follow. Well, I don't know if it's easy to follow or not for you, but anyway, it shows you what I have developed. Now, the key takeaway from this is for all you markers users. You know, I've been extremely busy with the statistical studies, and we made some improvements this weekend with the B4 indicator, thanks to one of the members in the room who worked Saturday to get that straightened out for me. So that's still in beta, and I don't have anything new to put out. You'll see me trading it Monday. I've got to you'll see that. So whatever markers Optimus version you're using that you're doing okay with on the entry chart, then just keep using that until I get the new version, at least where I can post it. Might be another few days for that. So everything else is up to date. You know, if you're watching the higher time frame, you know, in markers, you can snag these templates, and then everything for non-markers users are down here. They're all up to date. Haven't changed any of those non-markers users templates in a while. They remain steady. Okay, so this is what I'm focused on. The higher time frame John Wick's. Here's a bullish one, here's a bearish one. It's the setup. If you need to see the rules, if you're watching this for the first time, just come into the room and just look through the PDFs. All the setups I have are in there. All right, this is what it looks like translated over in the entry chart. So this is Optimus telling me to get in, and I'm going to be running an ATM, take profit at 21 ticks, initial stop loss at 50, and I'm moving the break even to one. Break even plus 1 tick at 16 ticks profit. All right, so and this is what the bullish one looks like. This is what the bearish one looks like. All right, so these are valid entry here if you're just trading the entry chart, but I'm trying to wait for these bearish John Wick's and bullish John Wick's. These would have played out nicely. You can see there, you definitely had 4 trades in a row that Optimus nailed at, you know, at the 21 tick profit. So all right, so why am I focused just on this one study? Well, I need to develop out this one setup until I've exhausted all logic, reason, and setup angles. So this is just a culmination of over 18 months of data collection by hand, continually refining, tweaking, getting the best setups, and just continuing to narrow that down to isolate the best trade location. So that's it. So the format for the data capture is still in process, but I've got enough data right now based on the prior 18 months and based on what I saw last week for this higher time frame John Wick into entry chart before jiggle. I can go ahead and start, doing walk forward testing, in my accounts with this. So for last week, only 5 days observed, 10 to 14. There were a total of 72 higher time frame John Wick trades. I've done time period analysis studies on the NASDAQ, and the best times to trade are 9:45 to 11:30 Eastern Time, 1400 to 1600 Eastern Time. Time period 1, there were 39 trades. Time period 2, there were 33. All right, the number of winning trades at various profit targets, I've divided it up to greater than 20 ticks, 30 ticks, 40, and 50. So we had 67 winners out of 72 at 20 ticks. So I'm just going to jump right down to the percentages. You can see those here. And then I just basically roughed in some math just to get some rough idea of last week's, where the sweet spot is. The sweet spot's somewhere between 20 and 30 ticks. I've always known that from all of the testing I've done, but it highlights it even more now that I've got these. Now I've got entry chart married to a higher time frame. So this is kind of what we're looking at: walk forward testing to validate everything as we move forward. So I'm going to try to take as many of these trades as I can between those time frames, and just keep really good data, real-time data on the trades. Now what I'm really hoping to smoke out here is something I call phantom John Wicks. So that's why I want to take as many of these John Wicks as I can to try and the John Wicks that work out, they work out. It's the phantom John Wicks, and it's hard for me to explain unless you've traded John Wicks as long as I have to understand what a phantom John Wick looks like. All right, so that's one of the underlying hidden agendas I have for next week. So anyway, statistical studies focused on the higher time frame John Wick. And before jiggles, this new chart here that you're seeing, it's the beta version. It's the cleaned up. I've been saying forever that I want to get to the simplest chart possible. This is the biggest leap I've made yet. Thanks to one of our members in the room who's helped me immensely bring things to life that I have tried to replicate myself, but this is the end result. Again, this is beta. It's not available yet. Be a few days before I can put that out there. So anyway, that's it for next week. Hey, hope to see you at the opening bell.